What's good? What's good? Want to make sure we are live. The sound is coming out right. Let's check it. All right, but the mic is not connected. Let's see. Does that sound better? Yep, that sounds better. Well, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Listen Doctor Radio, bringing you guys a brand new story today. And we are live on 3 different platforms. We're live on Facebook. We are live on DeeDeeAndCece as well. Yes, we finally got the live button over there, so now we are live on DeeDeeAndCece as well. And we are live at the Listen Doctor Radio podcast. Shout out to you guys in the building, man. I thank you guys for coming in the building. Today we have a serious topic I want to talk to you guys about, and that topic is the last day of school. And me and my brother had a conversation yesterday. He was talking about something about a school shooting that took place in 2003, I believe it took place in 2003, where a school shooting that he was going to took place, and he lost one of his friends. Caveman got killed in the gymnasium in the school, at the school, during school hours. And it was like one of the last day of schools, I believe. I think it was the last day of school when it happened. And it messed up a lot of community. It messed up the community. It sent the community to uproar. The children at the school who went to that school that day was terrified from that day. From that, right, ladies and gentlemen? Fast forward to me 3 years prior for that, at an elementary that I was at, a school shooting took place where a young boy was shot and killed outside of the school right before school let in. The day before school let out for the summer break. It happened. That was at Wisson's Elementary School that took place. Now, fast forward to him. To yesterday, we was talking about, it was like we was talking about his random thoughts, and his fiance called him and said, "Hey, did you hear about the school shooting that took place at their daughter's school?" He's like, "Well, what?" He was like, "Nah, hold on, how the hell, what the hell was going on?" So we was trying to figure out if it was true or not. We looking on social media, trying to find out if it's true or not. We couldn't find any story until somebody actually broke it to them, and the news reporter went over there and found out what was actually going on. My question is, ladies and gentlemen, is it time to cancel the last day of school? Now, I know as parents, we like to get our children out there, want to get our children out for school. A lot of people, believe it or not, use school as babysitters. I can be honest with you. A lot of the young people that I asked, the young women that I asked, why you send your children to school, a lot of those people say they send those children to school for babysitters. Shout out to the people that's in the building. Hello, hello. If you are brand new to this side of DeeDee&CC, this is the serious side of DeeDee&CC without the reactions and stuff like that and pranks. This is DeeDee doing his part of the Listen Doctor podcast, and we're live over there as well. And a lot of people like to send their kids off to school because they use school as a babysitter, and these children can get education and stuff like that or whatever, right? But for the last day of school, me and my brother believe, and other people that I talk to believe, once your students, your kids, do they leak testing and the testing that they have to do at the end of the year, you shouldn't have to send your kids to school. Because I could tell you what happens when I was in high school and elementary. I could tell you what happens during the last day of school. Nothing. Those last 2 weeks of school, the child does nothing but sit there and watch movies. Your child does nothing but sit there and watch bullshit ass movies that he's seen 100 times already. You know what I mean? Children doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing in class. The teacher not paying attention because those teachers are not getting paid enough to really care, even though they should have that bone in their body to care, but they don't get paid enough to really care. And then at the end of the last 2 weeks, they really don't care because it's like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? They're going to go home to their parents and blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that we talked about for years is going to go out the window. It's going to go out the window. They're not going to learn anything from home. That's what their mindset is. And I'm not saying that because I'm just saying that I actually had a foster mom who was actually a teacher, and that was her thoughts. She said that. She was actually my teacher in my high school. She said her thoughts was, when I send them home for the summer, they're not going to get any learning. They're not going to be doing anything but for the summer. And if you're a black youth in America, most black youths in America don't have nothing to do on the summer but get into mischief, get into bullshit, get into mess, get into arguments, get into fights. You know, we don't have parks. We don't have school places that we can go to and have field trips for the summer. Half of the time, your mama don't want you in the house. Your parent don't want you in the house. So you're out there doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing and all that, right? Right? You know what I mean? We don't have pools and places that we can go to during the summer. Nah, not in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? We have to go to somebody else's apartment or somebody else's pool and stuff like that. So we have a hard time. You know what I mean? We have a hard time during the summer. And the only thing we can do is get into trouble. And the reason why I feel like we should cancel, we all should have a protest to cancel, a petition to cancel the last weeks of school, because it makes no sense. And the reason why it makes no sense is because, like I said, your kid ain't doing nothing. And the reason why I think it is this, me and my brother was talking about that conversation, and yesterday his daughter had a school shooting at his school. It took place at the school, across the street from the school, and it wasn't actually on the school premises, but it was actually across the street. That bullet could have ricocheted, went into that school, hit one of those kids or whatever, right? It sent the whole school into a lockdown because when the news broke, it said that it was a school shooting because it was so close together. The businesses was like right here. So it sent the whole panic. It sent parents going to the school, trying to get their kids, trying to see with their kids. It sent the whole panic through the whole state of Louisiana, especially in New Orleans where it happened at. I'm going to let you guys listen to the story, and I'm going to give you guys some more thoughts of why I feel like it should be canceled. And if you have any comments that you would like to put them in the comments. Either if you're on the Listen Doctor side or you're over here on DeeDeeAndCece side, please put it in the comments and let me know. If you're on Facebook, put it in the comments and let me know what you think about it, because I feel like school should be canceled. For the last 2 weeks, your kid ain't learning nothing. Your kid ain't doing nothing but sitting there watching movies. You went in high school before. You was a parent. As a parent, you was a kid in high school. You was a kid in elementary. Did you like that? Did you like that experience? I know I didn't. So I know when I get to have my kid, I'm not letting my kid go to school. After those testing are over with, he's going to be at home. She's going to be at home with us. She's going to be actually getting ready to go on summer vacations. That's what you're supposed to do as a kid. Most black kids like I used to had to get summer jobs. Yes. Yes. And then when you go back to school, they pick the first thing they ask you in class on the first day of school is, what the fuck did you do with your summer vacation? That's the first thing they ask you. I don't give a fuck where you at in the world. That's the first thing they ask you. And what we say, ladies and gentlemen, oh, I had to get a summer job. Or I had to work and cut grass with my uncle. Or I had to do this and that. That's the first thing we do as kids. If you're a black kid, I might add. But let's go ahead and listen to the story, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Let's go.
The sound of gunshots sent students running at West Jeff High School.
And everybody was like moving so fast and wanted to go back in the gym.
News spread quickly, and the school immediately was placed on lockdown. State police and the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office covered campus.
Of course, I panicked immediately, and I'm just trying to rush to get to my child because I didn't know what was going on.
One neighbor heard lots of sirens and car doors as she was watching TV.
And when I looked out my front door,
Of course, I panicked.
Sheriff's office covered campus.
Of course, I panicked immediately, and I'm just trying to rush to get to my child because I didn't know what was going on.
One neighbor heard lots of sirens and car doors as she was watching TV.
And when I looked out my front door, I noticed the Fox 8's car there, and it was kind of chaotic.
Some family members were able to text or call their student, but brief communication did not ease nerves.
She's like, oh, they had a word. She didn't want to tell me. That's when they told us, after I called and I saw the news.
I'm in shock right now, to be honest with you. My brother's not safe, and I need to change him from school.
You know, crying and stuff like that. But it's you know, I understand why they're shocking. You know, they're scared. They ain't never been into nothing like that or witnessed nothing like that. So
Kiana Rivers praises the school and law enforcement's response.
we handled it like they were supposed to handle it. You know, they made sure all the other kids were safe and stuff like that, and make sure nobody else got hurt.
So that's the story that happened. They actually made sure they locked down the school really, really fast. They made sure that no one else is hurt. I think a couple of hours later, they found the individual who did it. It was an 18-year-old male who was shot. A 17-year-old was the one who did the shooting, the perpetrator of the shooting. And these kids are getting these guns at a high number. 17 is pretty high for a kid to get one. But we have seen kids bring school guns to the school of the age as low as 7. In some cases, low as 5 years old, bro, bringing guns to school. 5, 6, 7. You know, this is happening at a high rate of number. And let's have a conversation about it, guys. Is it really time for us to cancel the high school, elementary, any school? Is it appropriate to cancel the last day of schools? I feel like it should be. Because like I said in the beginning, your kid ain't knowing nothing, they not learning nothing. All they doing is sitting there watching movies and more movies and getting into bullshit that they shouldn't be getting into. Passing notes around the class, starting gossip. Oh, this person said this about you. And then, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a kid and you grew up in the 80s, and if you came from Louisiana, I went to school. The last day most people go to school for on the last day. Kids, younger kids, they love going to school on the last day of school because of that one reason. They know they're going to get to watch movies. It's going to be a pizza party. That's what they tell your kids, right? That's what they tell your kids as a kid. Oh, you do all the leak testing. You do all this testing. And at the end of the week, on the last day of school, we're going to have a pizza party for the best class. We're going to have a pizza party. That's what they get you with. So these kids work all year round, do all this bullshit, go to school, pay attention, do all this just for a motherfucking pizza party at the end of the year. And what happens at that pizza party, ladies and gentlemen? They give your kid one slice of pizza. That's it. That's it. One slice of pizza, some drink, some pop, some whatever, some candy, a bag to go home with, and that's it. That's it. A packet if you're a teacher who got some common sense, a summer packet, and that's it. Your kid is at home with you, getting on your fucking nerves all day until you tell them to go outside. And if you're a kid like I used to be, I ain't never had to be inside because I always had something to do, and I was always working, trying to make some money, so I was always outside. You know, but for the most kids, they're getting on their mama nerves. They doing this. They getting into the refrigerator. It's a lot a parent got to go through because now that parent don't have school to get up in the morning to bring your ass to school, aka the babysitter. She don't have a babysitter for your ass anymore because now it's summertime. So now she got to stay at home, pay attention to you. Don't pay attention to you. That's what happens. That's what happens. And if you're a black kid, you know all too well that that's what happens. I don't give a fuck how old you are. If you grew up in the 90s, the 80s, whatever, you went through that same shit. Tell me you didn't. Tell me you didn't. I want you to lie to me and tell me you didn't. Because I did. I did. And like I said, it does nothing for your kid. And this is not just in Louisiana. This has happened in Chicago. This has happened in Atlanta. This has happened in Detroit. This has happened in Philly. This has happened around the world. Washington, Baltimore. It happened so much, man, that when I was looking for the story, when somebody sent it to me, the other story, I was like, damn, what the hell? It was so many that popped up. As a kid, as a teenager, on the last day of school, I loved going for the last day of school. Why? Because we knew the last day of school was going to be a fight. That person who talked shit all year, we was going to meet up and fight. Oh, they was going to have a big-ass fight, and we was going to get to see who won. We was going to get to record it, put it on our socials. That's what most teenagers go to school for. On the last day of school, that person that talks shit all day, all week, all year about you, you get to fuck that person up at the last day of school. But now the game has changed. They're not just fighting no more. The game has changed to a different level. They bringing guns to school. So now that person who talks shit all day about you, all week, all year, you get to show up with a gun and kill that person or shoot that person. So now the game has changed. So what do we do now? What do we do now? How we stop that? How we get away from that? Shout out to the people that's over here on YouTube on DeeDeeAndCece side. Shout out to the people that's over here on Instagram as well. Shout out to the people that's over here on DeeDeeAndCece. And shout out to the people that's over here at the Listen Doctor podcast. What do we do now? The game has changed. Ain't no more about trying to fight no more. They bringing guns to school. And a lot of these people in this lying. They say they never have to go through this. You're lying. You never have to go through it at school. But it's not like they don't have to go through it in the city. When that happened, 2 hours later, in New Orleans, a prime area that a lot of kids go to after school because they got to go to get on buses. If you're from New Orleans and you know Canal Street is where everybody meet up at. When you get on the bus, the public bus, not a school bus, the public bus. You get on your bus and you go to your home or you go to your place. Or you go wherever you gotta go. They met up on Canal Street. 3 other people were shot. 2 of them died, I think. And another person was shot down the street that had nothing to do with it. But it was teenagers who got out of school, saw each other, and that's where they met up at. Anybody who knows if you're a teenager, you want to get into a fight, you don't want to do it at school because it's going to get broken up. You get on the bus, you go to Canal Street, and that's where you can do it at. Because 9 times out of the 10, the police officer is not going to be there quick enough to break it up. 3 people were shot. Meanwhile, my friend Jepper is getting ready on the last 2 weeks of school. Jepper is not even in Louisiana no more. Jepper is fucking in Florida on the beach somewhere with his family. Meanwhile, my dumb ass at school. And I'm like, damn, Jepper didn't come to school today. And Jepper is in fucking Florida in Panama City in the beach, chilling with his family. The difference is Jepper's not my color. If you know, you know. Jepper's kind of lighter than me. He's kind of close to that wall back here. Meaning he's not black. His family can save money throughout the year to bring them on a fucking actually summer vacation. Meanwhile, the black parents send their kids to get a summer job. That's what happens if you're a black kid in America. Most black kids don't know anything about a summer vacation. They know about summer jobs. They know about summer camp. That's what they know about. And it's fucking sad. It's sad. Throughout the year, we save money for bullshit that we don't need. We spend money on bullshit that we don't need. but something to give your child something that's unique, actually summer vacation, it happens, never happens, hardly happens. Prime example, the movie T.I. was in, the movie called ATL. That last day of school, when Ant was at school, what happened? Some shit happened at school. He said he could not wait to get out of school. For what? Because he was going to mount back on the honeys and all this other stuff. He was going to get his diamonds right. And had to what? Sell drugs. That's what made him and his brother T.I. in the movie fall out. He almost got shot. T.I. actually got shot in that movie. Right? He had to get a summer job. And when their friends was like, I need a vacation, they were talking about the summer pool. The hood pool that everybody go to. There's like 100 people in there, even though the fucking pool say only 50 people can get in it. But you got 125 people there. Dope boys selling drugs over there. That's our lifestyle. And as funny and sad as it is, it's true. I believe this shit should be canceled. Let's listen to the last story, and I'm going to give y'all some more thoughts. Let me know in the comments if you believe it, if you think it's true or not that school should be canceled. Please let me know. All right, let's go.
Breaking news, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office confirming a student shot at West Jeff High School. Chris Joseph, live on the scene. Chris, what have you learned so far?
We just arrived moments ago, so very little at this point, but what does appear to be the scene is you've got parents lining up along the fencing there. You obviously have sheriff's deputies. We just saw a number of buses come out of the school. It did appear some carried students, though again, it was only a brief glance. Otherwise, the scene outside the school is relatively calm. You really don't see any sign of thankfully anything dramatic, though obviously the situation is very serious. You do have parents kind of walking up and down the sidewalk, peering in, deputies standing by. Otherwise, details very slim right now on what happened, what may have caused this, was there a conflict, who was the shooter? Again, all of these details really remain to be seen. Actually, right now, as I just look over here, Drew, let's point our camera to the left here. It appears there is some crime scene tape and some deputies standing by. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions or jump to any conclusions, but that's the first crime scene tape we have seen out here so far, so that would suggest that was potentially the location of the shooting. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions or jump to any conclusions here. We just got here, but that is the first crime scene tape we've seen. That would be really just in front of West Jefferson High School, really right by the sign. They've got a portion of the sidewalk taped off. In addition, it appears maybe a portion of the front lawn is tied to a car there. So again, we don't know the specifics on what may have happened, who was involved, what the nature of the conflict was, who the shooter was, or really any of the specific details right now. We'll be waiting to get that information from the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. But in terms of the scene, you definitely have parents gathering, and it appears deputies standing by what potentially is the scene of the shooting. So we will send it back to you as soon as we learn more information. We'll obviously pass along as fast as we can. Reporting in Jefferson Parish, Chris Joseph, Fox 8 Global First.
Okay, thank you, Chris Joseph. If you're just joining us, I was an update live there from outside West Jeff High School, where police confirm at least one person, an 18-year-old student, shot at the scene. We're working to get some more details, but as you saw in that live picture, the crime scene tape appears to be set up right outside of the school, so that raises questions. Did the shooting happen right outside? Was it on the property of the school? So a number of questions as parents rush over there to get their kids on what was a half-day school for them. So we're working to get some more details, what led to this lockdown and the shooting there, just outside, at least it appears that way, outside West Jeff High School there in Harvey. Many questions still, working to get them for you. We'll bring you the latest here as well online.
I'm glad she said that. I'm glad I wanted to let that in when she said half day of school. It was a half day of school. So why the fuck did you allow your kids to go to school in the first place? It was a half a day, meaning they're going to get out at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or whatever. That bugged me when my mom did that before. My mom said, you go to school on your last day of school. I know they say you get off at 12 o'clock. You know how much money I had to waste, you know how much time I had to waste getting up in the morning for the last day of school just to get out of school at 12? It makes no fucking sense. But for those couple of hours, your mom and dad is free to do whatever the fuck they need to do. Go shop, go do grocery shopping, pay bills, sleep, whatever, have sex, whatever the fuck the thing is that they want to do when you there, that they can't do because you there, they get to do it when you at school. So you going to school for a couple of hours and have to get right back out of school at 12 o'clock. Then I have to wait all day for a bus to get home. I don't make it home. I get off at 12. I don't make it home until about 2 or 3. Because, of course, I had to wait for all these buses. So my whole day is gone. Meanwhile, I could have just been at home relaxing on my summer vacation. This is a problem. And reports came in around 11:35 that someone had shot, they heard gunshots. It actually didn't break to TV until about around 12:15-ish. And for a while, no one still heard anything about it. I looked on every channel I could find. I couldn't see anything. I looked on every website, couldn't find anything. It didn't get put to the websites until about like about 12:30, 12:35, 12:36s, around that time. And I was still not really seeing the full scope of it. And then right at 12:43, it went on the news. And we knew it was real. But that was a scary sight. And I knew it was a scary sight for my niece, who actually goes to that school. I know it was a scary sight for her to be frantic and not understand what was going on. And anybody who done with high school shootings or done with school shootings, period, you know the frantic that parents have. Because you don't know if it's your kid. You don't know what happened. You don't know who the perpetrator is. You don't know what it is. And there's a lot of things that happen with kids when they come into these places. A lot of kids don't make it mentally after that happens. A lot of kids that was in that Wilson shooting that happened at Wilson's Elementary, that school shooting, a lot of those people committed suicide. Couldn't handle the fact that they was in something that happened like that. Didn't understand and couldn't wrap their head around it. Became alcoholics, drug heads, drug addicts. It fucks with you. So I am agreeing with my brother. I talked to 5 people yesterday about this, and we all feel like school should be canceled in the last 2 weeks. It's no need for it. Why? And I'm advocating for anyone who put your kid in school to take your kid out of school and do homeschool. That's what I'm advocating for. I'm advocating for that. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to teach my kid more things that he's going to learn at school. We got to have this conversation. And if you're in the comments or you believe it, man, y'all put it in the comments when you watch the video. Let me know, do you believe that it's time to cancel school? I believe so. I believe so. And this is, like I said, this is not happening just in Louisiana. It happened around the world. Atlanta, Memphis, Chicago, Tennessee. It happens everywhere. Dallas. Most school shootings happen on the last day of school. Or the first day of school. But I think it's time. I really think it's time to give our kids a great summer. And if that's getting them out of school early and letting them go on a summer vacation and letting them have a little bit of fun for the summer and not giving them motherfucking summer jobs that they have to do, I think that's important. And I think, hell, they deserve it. All the shit they gotta go through during school. All the shit that they go through during high school, during school year. The waking up early in the morning just to get to school. The having to remember this and that and that. Names on the first. There's a lot that kids go through, man. And we don't give our kids enough credit for the things that they actually go through. Just being a kid. They go through so much. And we need to change that. We actually need to change that and give these kids a little bit more respect and credit for what the fuck they go through. Bullying, being talked about, mess, gossip, fights, disruption in class. Your kid go through a lot. Now they going through fire drills. Now they going through drills when they have somebody who has an active shooter on campus. They go through a lot. We should reward our children with some type of respect. Not let them go to school on the last day of school. I think the teachers will commend that. I think the teachers will love that, will welcome that. Maybe we should do that again. Let's make that happen. Shout out to the people that's in the building. I really think they should do that. I really think they should let these kids not have school on the last day of school. Because what happens is it gives your kid a chance to be a kid. It gives your child a chance to not have to do that stupid shit. Go to school on the last day of school. And anyone who was in that school shooting that took place at West Jeff, I'm sorry that you have to go through that. I'm sorry that the kids have to go through that school shooting, that it took place at your school on your last day of school. But like I said in the beginning, your kid ain't learning nothing on those last days of school anyway. They're just sitting there watching TV, eating one slice of pizza. They're not doing anything positive. They're not learning anything. They're not doing anything but sitting there doing some bullshit ass shit, watching TV. It's the same shit that they can do at home. But if you're a black kid, like I said earlier, if you're a black kid in America, tell me I lied. If you are a black kid in America, shout out to the people that's in the building. I'm live right now on YouTube on both channels, and I'm live right now on Facebook. And we live over here on Instagram. Tell me I'm lying. If you're a black kid, anybody in the comment section, tell me I'm lying. If you're a black kid in America, we don't have summer vacations. We have summer jobs. Our parents make us go to summer camp. Our parents make us, if you got kept back, you going to summer school. We don't get the experience what the white kids get the experience. Because for the first day of school, what they ask you, I don't give a fuck where you at. What your teacher asks you, when you stand up in class, they ask you to stand up and tell the class what the fuck you did for your summer vacation. We look like, what the fuck is a summer vacation? Because we don't know what that means. Your parent can't wait to bring your ass back to school. Because like I said, during summer school, during summertime, that babysitter, school, because the school is a babysitter for most parents. School is babysitters throughout the day. So your parent can either go to work, stay at home and do nothing, do with the shit that she can't do while you there, bullshit around her life, or actually try to do something with herself. Like get a job and shit like that, right? That's what most schools people use their school time for. But I have people that I know who actually use school for babysitters. My little cousin, she actually said it. And I'm not just saying this shit. My foster mom was a teacher. My foster mom, my ex-parents. Like, she asked this one girl, like, what do you do when your child is at school all day? And she told my mom, like, literally, I do nothing. I don't have to do nothing. I literally get child support from his dad. I literally do whatever the fuck I want to do. And that child was going home after school, wasn't being taught, wasn't being loved on, wasn't having, like, nothing. She give him a tablet, let that kid play his game all day. Same shit, wake up in the morning, go to school. She get to do whatever the fuck she want to do out the day. Go get her nails done, go shop, go fuck on a nigga, whatever the fuck she want to do. That ain't her responsibility. And they'll tell you that. A parent will tell you that. You ain't my responsibility during school hours, during school year. You ain't my responsibility. You the teacher responsibility. That's what they'll tell you. Be honest. Shout out to the people over here. I see you over here, bro. What up, what up, what up? I see people in the comments. Shout out to everybody. A couple of comments I cannot see. A couple of comments I can. Shout out to the people that's in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. But parents, some parents leave their kids up there and then let their kids go to school for a last day for a babysitter. And for the people that's coming new, like I said, is it time to cancel the last week of school? I think it is. I think it is. I think we should cancel the last weeks of school. Because your kid ain't learning shit. Your kid ain't doing nothing. Your kid ain't learning nothing in school. All they doing is watching fucking movies all day. Waiting on a bitch-ass pizza party. And like I said, most black kids don't have summer vacations. We have summer jobs. Summer camp to look forward to. Tell me I'm lying. I ask you, tell me I'm lying. So when we get to school, on the first day of school, we don't have a vacation story that we went out of town. But my white friend Jimmy went to Disneyland for a summer vacation. Went to Disney World, went to Panama City, went to the beach, went to Florida, went to Chicago, seen some of the world. Went to fucking Africa. One of my friends went to Africa. And he was white. He went to Africa before I did. That's crazy. I'm not making this up. I could get Jimmy on the line and let that nigga tell you. He's been to Africa before I have. And he went to Africa in middle school. In middle school. Not high, middle school. So is it time to cancel school? I believe it is. It shouldn't be no reason for the last day of school. It's pointless. It makes no fucking sense at all. And if you are late and you just joined the show, we talked about a 18-year-old male was shot at West Jeff High School in Harlan, Louisiana, on the West Bank. He was shot in the school, outside the school actually, at a business outside the school, and it put the school on lockdown. This happened yesterday. 2 hours later, a shooting took place on Canal Street, a very popular place in New Orleans, for fights to go down, shootings to go down, bullshit to go down. If you want to fuck somebody up on the last day of school, everybody meet on Canal Street. It goes down. It goes down. If you know, you know. After that, now it starts the summer vacation for kids to get into bullshit. Watch how many fights happen in New Orleans. Watch how many murders happen in New Orleans. Watch how many shootings happen in New Orleans. Watch how many armed robberies happen in New Orleans. Because these kids don't have shit to do during the summertime. They have no pools. They have no vacation. Their parents ain't saving money to send them to places. Their parents ain't sending them on vacations and shit. They sit at a household. They do nothing at home. They sit on their game, watch TV. It's nothing to really do. Your kid is bored and ready to go back to school because at least at school, they get a little bit of challenging. But at home, they get nothing. And this is the issue of why I believe school should be canceled. We have a couple of texts you guys texting over here on Instagram. A couple of people said, yes, I believe school should be canceled. This actually happened to my little cousin in Atlanta last year. And Doc, can you talk about how I believe they should stop letting graduations be outside? I don't know if you've seen the shooting that took place in the high school graduation this year in Atlanta. 3 people were shot, 2 people died. I did see that. That was crazy. I believe it should not be graduations outside as well. There's no need to do a graduation outside. The schools make enough money. Parents pay enough money for these tuitions for schools throughout the year. We pay enough money for our kids. For graduation time, there's no reason why you can't book a fucking venue. I don't give a fuck. As many places they got in Atlanta to have it at. Basketball, anywhere, any college. There's no reason why there's no reason why a graduation should be outside. None at all. And there's no reason why you should have a graduation that people pay to come out to celebrate their kids and you have it outside. Why are we having it outside in the hot fucking sun for? I don't give a fuck about the shade that y'all put. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's no reason why it should be outside. No reason. You're right about that. Someone else on Instagram said, I agree with you when it comes to the last day of school, the last week of school, but on the last day of school, that's when most schools do awards when they have kids come in for awards with their parents. And they give out awards for the best dresser, the best attendance, and stuff like that. Okay, I agree with you on that too. But most schools usually do that like the last month before school ends. They have award night. And they usually do it through like a night when it's not a school time, when nobody is there. I never seen it during the day. Maybe they start doing that now, but I've never seen that during the daytime. We usually would do that like at a nighttime award, like for the kids to come in at night. They can get dressed up. They're not in their school uniform. They actually look nice. It's like an award show for the kids. I think that would be great. Don't do it during the daytime while they at school. Let them have some fun at night. Let them be able to dress up and feel important. Because that's what they're there for. They're getting awards for the best dress, best class clown, whatever. Whatever the award was. Because in high school, we had that in high school. And we had it at night, though. In elementary and high school, we had it at night. We was able to go there, be dressed up, do, you know what I'm saying? Do our little shit, pop our shit. That's our time. Let's have some, hey, I've been at school all year. I ain't missed one day. Perfect attendance. Let me shine for a little bit. Let me throw my shit around, you know what I mean? I'm perfect attendance in this bitch. Come in that bitch with a belt or some shit that say perfect attendance on it. Like, yeah, let me shine. That's what I think. That's just me. Someone else put, I agree as well about the school, but I believe they should cancel the last month of school. Kids should get out early. I agree with that as well. I do believe that it shouldn't be no school after the testing. After the testing is done, why your kid going to school? Why? Once the testing is done, why your kid going to school? There's no reason. It is no reason. The only reason you might let your kid go to school, because like I said, you want to babysit them. That's it. Let's see. I'm so proud of how far you came doing this job. Good job. Right, facts. I do need my own talk show. But they probably won't give it to me because of the shit that I talk about. I probably won't ever get it. And I'm being honest with you, I probably will never get it because nobody want to hear me say this. Nobody want to hear me talk about parents not doing their job when their children go home. No one wants to hear me say that a parent looks at a kid or school as a babysitter, even though it's true. No one wants to hear that. They want me to pacify them. They want me to tell them that they do a good job. They want me to tell them that they do a great job, that it's okay. Nobody wants to hear the real fucking truth about themselves. So they probably will never give me a TV show. Nobody wants to hear the truth. Like they say, the truth hurts, right? Nobody want to know that they are a fucking bad parent. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that the job that they're doing is lackluster. At my job with my boss, if I didn't do a good job with Roy, my boss would tell me, Jermaine, you're doing a bitch-ass job. You're doing a poor job with Roy. You ain't taking care of Roy like you're supposed to. That's what my boss would tell me. I would get fired for my job if I didn't do my job right. But parents don't do a good job and they want to get told that they do a good job anyway. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, pimp. Nah, pimp. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. So they'll never give me a show. They'll never give me one. I'm already being fucked with on YouTube. They'll never give me one. Because nobody wants to hear me say the real shit that they need to be told. I'm that friend that'll tell you fat. I'm that friend that'll tell you that you need to lose some weight. I'm that friend that'll tell you stop worrying about that bitch ass nigga, he cheating on you. I'm that friend that'll tell you stop worrying about that bitch ass bitch, she cheating on you. I'm that friend that'll tell you that. I ain't gonna tell you, girl, he ain't cheating. She ain't cheating. No, I'm gonna tell you, nigga. Yeah, that bitch cheating. Leave her. She don't mean no good. Most friends want friends that's yes men. You can do this, you can do that. Nah, I ain't that friend. I ain't that friend. I ain't gonna tell you something and make you believe it knowing it's a fucking lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So people hate my truth. They don't like me. People don't like me. Friends and family don't like me. Some of them don't. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be me till the day I die. I came in this bitch by myself. I'm gonna die by myself. I love my siblings. But I came in this bitch by myself and I'm gonna die by myself. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So it's fine with me. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's a possibility one day, but it'll never happen. Last comment we're gonna read. This young lady that I don't know put in a comment. Her name is Unique. Okay, Unique. Unique puts Unique Beauty. That's a cute name. I had a friend named Unique. That's crazy. Unique Beauty puts. I agree. This is my first time watching you. Someone shared it to me just now on my Instagram. I believe everything that you're saying, and you're right about that when it comes to the parents. I ain't gonna lie. When I was in my 20s, I did use elementary school for babysitters. I'm not ashamed to say that. I am not gonna lie. I did use my kids going to school, my two sons going to school for a babysitter, because that was the only time that I actually had a chance to be myself without my kids around me. And it kind of made me spoiled to the fact when they did not have school during the summer, I used to get mad and send them outside and not want to spend time with them. One day, my youngest boy asked me, do I not love him? I asked him why. He said, because every time that I come inside to ask you something, you tell me to go outside. It's like you did not want to spend time with us. You did not want to spend time with us. That was the last thing I had to hear. After that, I stopped doing that, and I became the best parent that I could be in my child's life. Anytime my kid would ask me anything, I would be quick to say, I could tell you, or come here, I'll let you know. That's what made me snap out of it, because I had to really see it for myself, that my kid did not Hold on. Part of it left. Part of it went away. Hold on 1 second. That my kid did not believe that I loved him. And I seen the fear and the hurt in his eyes, and that's what made me stop. You are exactly right. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. My sister doesn't want to hear the truth. That's why me and my sister are not on talking terms. My brother comes around all the time with his wife, and they talk about how happy their life is. Meanwhile, my brother talks about when she's not around how bad of a wife she is. And we all tell her he needs to leave her for what she do to him, but he would never do that. I'm glad someone else has the truth, the gall and the truth to stand up for the truth. I will be joining you guys' page. And is it a YouTube that I can join? Yes, it is. We are live right now on both of them. We are live on YouTube and we are live on our other YouTube, The Listen Doctor Podcast and DeeDee&CC TV. We are live right now on both of them. You're right about that. Most people don't want to hear that truth. And it's that truth that keeps you from, we stay in our corner. We stay in a corner and we have people around us that we know ain't going to tell us the truth. We have our friends that'll tell us, oh, girl, you ain't, even though she cheating on her nigga, we'll have that girlfriend that'll tell you, it's okay. He might be cheating too. It's okay. It's okay for you to do what you do. It's okay for you to talk to your ex again. It's okay to find out what he's doing if he okay. Because he probably doing the same shit. Meanwhile, she plotting on you because she really wants your nigga. Meanwhile, she telling you to do that shit. She could tell your nigga, hey, Jessica been cheating on you, right? She been talking to Kyle again. That's what that is. The nigga do the same shit. He'll sit there and listen to you. Yeah, Jordan been cheating on me and this and that. He be treating me this and way. And I think he did. And Jordan, meanwhile, Jordan not doing none of that. Jordan actually at work. Jordan doing what he need to do for his family. But meanwhile, the nigga Joshua like, yeah, I can't wait for this nigga to leave you. I cannot wait for this nigga to fuck you. That's what that nigga doing. And meanwhile, Joshua and Kyle, they best friends. That's the fucked up thing about it. Kyle and Jordan and them, they best friends. They click clack. Kyle is the one telling Jordan, hey, I don't think your girl doing that. I think she a good girl. Meanwhile, Jordan not understanding that his friend trying to backdoor him. That's how that works. So yes, that's how that works. But I appreciate everybody who came to the channel, man. Thank you guys. With a lot of feedback in this bitch. Appreciate it. We got up to 100 people on our YouTube. That's amazing. That's crazy. We got over here 50 people on our other side. We know that was going to be low because they try to stop us from getting people to come in. But if you're on the channel, man, please hit that subscribe button on both channels. And on Instagram, we got up to 100 people as well. Hit the Instagram button. Let us know what you want us to see, man. If you're on Facebook as well, hit that Facebook button and check us out, man. We do stories like this all the time, but this is the first time I linked up both channels together. I think I'm going to start doing this a little bit more often just to give you guys a little bit more invite over here with DeeDee&CC. Because, we much more than just the music. We do a lot of topics. We talk about some serious topics over here. And I think it's very important. This is a very important topic for me because of the fact of what happened. And my brother kid was at that school when it happened. And it would have fucked me up if it was something would have happened to that kid, man. So we need to love on our kids while we have them. Show them respect. And look, stop being lazy. Save your motherfucking money, parents. And send your kids on a fucking good summer vacation. So they can go to school and tell their family, their kids in school, their friends, hey, I had an awesome summer vacation. And I'm not just saying you got to spend money on your kid. It's actually things you can actually do for your kid without paying for stuff, without spending money on them. One of my best friends, their parents bought them everywhere. When they bought them everywhere, they bought them everywhere. If they was going to the mall, they bought them. If they was going out of town, they bought them. If they were going to the zoo, they bought them. They brought their kids everywhere so their kids can experience everything. My friend, dad used to go out of town for meetings. He used to bring his fucking sons with him during the summer. He even brought me one year. They went to Orlando, Florida for a meeting. We went out there. We was able to stay in the hotel with them and everything. We was able to do everything that they did during that whole week that they were there. We get to experience that. That's what giving your kid an experience that's ununique. No pun intended. Thank you guys for coming to the show. I appreciate you guys. I see you guys. I love you. I see you guys when I see you. Peace.